that our country is not telling people what's going on? Do you know what you want to know what they're playing 24/7 around the clock in Chinese media and in Russian media? Oh man, Americans are the dumbest population on the planet. Because as Americans are worried about the NBA draft, you have the entire world watching what our government is doing and saying, holy shit, the United States lost its goddamn mind. So you understand that China, Russia, Africa, South America, and the entire world sees our government, our corporate media, and our politicians completely sticking the police state and brutalizing college kids right now. And it's not people that you can deem radicals. Guys, I said this before. I will continue to say this because it's an important point to make. These people are class traitors. They're arresting college professors, my friends. They're arresting students that go to Columbia. Who go to Columbia? Children of Congress people like Ilhan Omar, for example. Children of aristocrats. Children of the oligarchy. People see the police state being weaponized against them because they oppose genocide. Do you know everyone in the world is watching this shit like, holy shit? You want to know what they show? You want to know the only thing they talk about in Chinese social media right now? You guys see this fucking picture? Do you guys see this fucking picture? Bro, Chinese in Russia state media is having a fucking field day with this shit, as they should. Now, Carl Zoff, friend of the show, he's been on multiple times. I need to reach out to have him back on again. I think he's in China. He lives. I don't want to misspeak, but he's on China's social media. That's why he's a good source. Following journalists outside of the United States, that's where you get all your information from. So this is an image that is circulating all over Chinese social media. And I'm sure that it's circulating all over social media in Africa, all over social media in South America. If you're only listening to this right now, I'll show you guys two back-to-back photos. I'll show you guys a picture of this white woman. Once again, it's fucked up, but this is another reason why they screw, because the world is seeing privileged white women getting arrested, protesting genocide. And I'm not saying she's privileged, I'm just making a point. So this is a white woman being brutally handcuffed, tears coming in her eyes red from the police, and you see the dramatization. This political cartoon of that white woman dressed as a Statue of Liberty with a single tear going down her eye as this fascist police force arrest her. Guys, these images they're just one of many, my friends. They are flying around the world right now. So as Americans, they fucking dumb. They're dumb, they're entertained, watching Netflix. Now you guys see why we're seeing the rise of BRICS. Now we're seeing why Africa is kicking the United States out of their country, and Nigeria kicking them out of their countries. Why people are turning to China. Why the United States is losing influence. Guys, the myth is over. I explained before, it's very unfortunate, but post-World War II, the American propaganda machine was on fire. People really believed that America was here to defend freedoms, to defeat terrorists. Hell, I went back pretty far. You can say that even in the 90s. In the 90s, you had people that believed the United States was a force of anti-terrorism. During George W. Bush, you have all these people that believed in propaganda. And when I say that, I'm talking about people in the global South, Africa, South America, that signed up on the war on terror because a lot of the people in the world fell for the propaganda. So many people were just so happy that the UK empire is dead, that the UK is no longer the number one motherfuckers dictating the world. They're like, man, we're just happy that it's someone else. So for a long time, a lot of the global population fell for the American propagandas. That shit is done, my friend. I read this comment. I see a few comments. I'm way older than you, Nick. It was way before the 90s. Yeah, I hear you. You guys get my point, though. For a very long time, the world fell for the illusion of America because America before had competent empire managers. No matter what you say about Henry Kissinger and the others, and the other war criminals of America past, they knew how to manage an empire and do propaganda. You gotta understand, the people that we have in charge right now are nepotism babies. Are people who sold out, people who families sold out. They are not the best. You guys know they have a system where they wait their turn. Come on, man. You can't run for senator. You gotta wait your turn. There's no fucking meritocracy in this country. We're witnessing the ruling class fumble a historic empire. Guys, the United States as an empire, I mean, as a country, we're what? Don't judge my math too much. Sorry. 250, 275 years old? It's hard to do math on the fly when you talk in front of a lot of people. I want to say, how old is the United States? Because I can't do math in high pressure. 246 years old. So the United States is 246 years old. And of that 246, we didn't become an empire and superpower until post-World War II. So of that 246, we are empire for around 70 to 80 years. Guys, that is fumbling the bag historically. You know how long the UK was an empire? Do you know how long Rome lasted? We at best have another 15, 20 years. And that's me being very lenient. And with a lot of you guys see that, me being very nice for them for saying that. Because I know some people would say we got maybe 5 years. We're gonna, by the end of the day, we're gonna be only 100-year empire. And by the end of the day, guys, that's fucking nothing in the scape of history. Because the ruling class fumbled this in historic way. I see nothing but panic. When you're seeing these legislation from Ron DeSantis and in Florida, when you see universities trying to ban this, that's the ruling class panicking. That is what Marxists, right now, we told you guys, tankies, Marxists, we are right about everything. Social Democrats wanted to party with liberals. The Ryan Grahams, the Anna Kasparians, the TYTs, the Sam Cedars, you know, the people with MSNBC contracts, they made the devil's bargain that we need to team up with liberals. And they used to criticize us because we used to tell them that liberals are our enemies. What the tankies used to say. Remember, Vosh, all these people hate tankies. Sam Cedars, Cenk Uygur, they hate tankies because we told them that liberalism, if you scratch a liberal, a fascist bleeds. A liberal only believes in quote-unquote rights until you disrupt their global order. And then you see the fascism that liberals will quickly implement when they see their liberal world order being challenged. You will see liberals side with fascists like they did in Ukraine, who banned collective bargaining. Liberals will side with fascists before they will side with your social democrat ass any day of the week. And this is why social democrats, while they got good economic principles, Marxists and communists are adversarial to social democrats because social democrats rather team with liberals than people who are anti-imperialists, than rather team up with the people who are Marxists. You guys see how scared they are of the tankies? Tankies, the new group of the far left extremists, experts are calling 100 times worse than Antifa. So all you right-wing, quote-unquote populists who are afraid of communists and tankies, why do you guys think the establishment is more afraid of us than you motherfuckers? Who was right about everything, every step of the goddamn way? So, by the way, you have the right wing, you had Tucker Carlson in the tender age of what, 50? How old is Tucker Carlson? I'm gonna look up his age. I can't tell how old white people are, to be honest. The tender age of 54 years old. Tucker Carlson is 54 years old, and he just discovered the CIA is bad. You want to know who's been telling you guys the CIA was bad for decades? For half a century at least? The quote-unquote tankies. The tankies are the people that was called youthful idiots. The youthful idiot for the Soviet Union. The youthful idiot for China. The youthful idiot of Iran. AKA the people that was right every step of the way. The people, they were like, oh, these are the youthful idiots speaking out against our Cold War as we killed millions of people. Meaning the people that was right every step of the way. Name me one goddamn thing tankies got wrong. Name me one thing tankies got wrong over the last few decades. Not one goddamn thing. You had the tankies that were calling out the COVID agenda as social Democrats taking the jab, getting sick as fuck. Tankies calling that out. You had social Democrats for funding Ukraine war. You know who called out the Ukraine war on the left? Tankies. You know who called out the Tiananmen Square massacre bullshit? Tankies. You want to know who called out the propaganda against North Korea? Tankies. It was one of the things I told you guys. You guys know my evolution. I was a Bernie-crat like 4 or 5 years ago. I consider myself a social democrat, and I used to hear about tankies. I'm like, man, that sounds based to me. I never had any problems with that, but I see people melt down by the tankies. I'm like, man, these motherfuckers got people scared for a reason. Now you gotta see my national development because I start looking at science, start reading theory. I'm like, man, these people are afraid of these motherfuckers for a reason. You want to know who was the people that was advocating for a free Palestine since 1948? The tankies. So, Fred, oh yes, thank you. Fred Hampton, notorious tanky. All the social democrats who pretend they love Fred Hampton now, Fred Hampton was based on what they would say, notorious tanky. If Fred Hampton was alive today, he would be smeared and deplatformed as a tanky. The Black Panthers had positive relationships with the DPRK, with the Soviet Union. And I'm going to say this once again, because, you know, I pride myself on not selling out and giving you guys information based on subscriber counts. How many channels on YouTube is going to tell you about this? Yeah, most YouTube channels are going to go along with the anti-communist, fear-mongering bullshit. But if you want to know why this fucking protest is so successful, we're engaging in radical Marxist, tanky, revolutionary action here.